Today on JNN, we look at drama's spring performance.
Jared Perez brings us Out of the Box.
Lauren Bennett and Christine Tu are on the case.
And we cover a local art show featuring many teenage talents.
All this and more on today's JNN.
Good morning, Grigori High. I'm Emma Jacobson.
And I'm David Rosas. Today is March 10th.
It is the end of the third quarter, which means today is a minimum day. The drama department held their final musical of the year last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Julie Glodek brings us more.
From Thursday, March 2nd to Sunday, March 5th, Grigori's drama department performed its spring musical Emma, based off of the novel originally written by Jane Austen.
Emma is about a girl at a private school that is trying to play matchmaker after she sets up one functioning couple.
And then her best friend, Jeff, is telling her all the time, like, you can't meddle in other people's lives. And eventually she learns that, like, she has feelings for him and, like, all this kind of stuff, and it's crazy.
Well, you were right about one thing. I should stop getting in the middle of other people's lives and figure out what's going on with mine.
The play takes a more modern approach to Austen's classic novel, with up-to-date music and scenarios.
It's so much fun being able to perform music that you hear on the radio. You don't hear musical songs on the radio. Being able to perform Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar is probably like my favorite thing I've ever done in drama.
That's what I like about the show the most, is that it has a sense of reality within the universe it's in.
As well as Emma being this year's last musical, it also means it's the last production for graduating Grigori seniors.
It's bittersweet about it being the last year, because as much as I'm so happy that I'm moving on from drama, it's also sad because you're leaving behind all the kids that I've mentored, basically my children, but at the same time it's really happy knowing that they're going to grow up and they're going to be the mentors now.
It's always a sad time when you have to say goodbye, but to enjoy their growth from freshmen to seniors is such a wonderful journey, and then to have them all performing together and showing how talented they are, and just being excited about where they will go.
Reporting for JNN, this has been Julie Glodek.
Thanks, Julie. And now to bring us the latest in campus news, here's Captain Schwartz with the JAG update.
Thanks, David. If you're planning on being on the cheer team next year, there's a mandatory parent-student tryout meeting on Monday. And the library is now on Instagram. They're kicking things off with a #BookFace competition. Prizes will be drawn for the winners, and more info can be found in the B Building Library. Our annual Spring Blood Drive is next Tuesday. Make sure you get your applications into the SBO. And finally, auditions for next year's dance production class are today at 3 o'clock. All dance styles are welcome. Well, that's all the announcements I have today for JAG Update. Back to you, Emma.
Thanks, Catherine. Christine Tu and Lauren Bennett are back at it with another installment of On the Case.
Hey guys, this is Christine Tu.
And this is Lauren Bennett.
And we are
On the Case.
Hey, you want an almond?
You mean almond?
No, I mean almond.
No, almond.
Is there really a right way to pronounce it?
Does that mean we're on the case?
What do you think?
Oh, almonds.
Almonds, yeah.
Or almonds.
Almonds. It's almonds.
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 No.
You're trying to make us say almonds or something?
Yeah.
What? I think it's almonds for people who buy it, and almonds for people who are like the owners that make the almonds. Yeah. That's
Wait, what are those seeds? Yeah. Are those seeds? What?
Oh, almond.
It's almonds.
It's not almond.
ALMONDS. Almonds.
Almond.
I don't know how to spell it.
Are they pecans?
Those are almonds.
They're nuts.
There's an almond factory over there, and they make almonds for.
And they grow on trees.
Yes, and they're really good for you.
Yep, I eat them a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
he does.
That sounds big.
Nah, people just say almond because they don't want to take the L's, so I mean.
It reads almonds on the container.
Yeah, but
so
what do you
it's
call
almonds.
just one almond?
An almond.
Almond. No!
There's 4 ways to say it. You can say almond, 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 or almond. And some people will say that when they're on the tree, it's almond with an L or almond with an L. And when you knock them off the tree, you knock the L out of them. So it's almond or almond. But I have a different idea. And my idea is when you grow them, you have a special way to say them, and that's almond. So when you're talking to other almond farmers, you say almond. When you're talking to a layperson, you say almond, because if you don't say it that way, they say, what's an almond? Particularly if you're talking to somebody outside of California.
Who knew there were multiple ways to pronounce almond?
See, I technically wasn't wrong.
Neither was I.
Well, this isn't on the case. I'm Lauren Bennett.
And I'm Christine too. Hey, do you still want an almond?
No, but I would love an almond.
It's almond.
It's almond.
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 Oh.
A typical lunch day begins the same for students. They wait in line, grab what they're supposed to, eat what they want, and dump the rest. In my environmental science class, we sorted through all the trash from one lunch period. And it turns out that our school's food and paper waste adds up. 40% of Grigori's trash is not reusable, but 60% didn't have to be thrown in the garbage. And this isn't just half-eaten food. There were over 60 unopened milk cartons from one lunch period alone, along with lots of other uneaten fruit. Now, they could have been putting uneaten fruit in this bin in the cafeteria all along, but it's obviously not the norm for many students. But it doesn't have to be this way. Grigori can become a cleaner campus by cutting our amount of waste by more than half with our brand new composting bins. So that fruit you didn't eat or that sandwich you didn't finish don't have to be thrown away. The compost bins are all around campus next to regular trash cans. Putting food and paper waste in the composting bin is one small change I can make in my lunch routine that will have a big impact on campus. This is for everyone. Won't you contribute to make Grigori greener?
Composting takes only a few seconds and has a great environmental impact on our campus and beyond. And now, Jared Perez comes to us out of the box.
They've released me from the studio, and I'm reporting on the scene at the soccer fields, the gym, and all around campus to bring you the latest in sports news. And now that I'm out of the box, I may never go back. The winter sports season has come to an end, and one of the most exciting things to happen was that the soccer team made it to the championships of playoffs. Let's talk to head coach Ethan Duell to get some more info about that big game against Consumnes Oaks last Saturday. I noticed you're not at the soccer fields. I was looking for you out there. How come you weren't out there?
Well, we're finally done. After months and months and months and extensions, we're done, so now I get to move on to tennis.
So I heard that was a tough loss on Saturday, unfortunately. Could you tell me a bit about that game?
Yeah, we knew going in that we were going to play a very, very good team. We'd seen a little bit of film of Consumnes Oaks, knew they had a very good player, and I thought we played a good game. Unfortunately, we let him loose early, and he scored a very nice goal, and it kind of took us out of our game plan for a little while. And it took us until halftime before we could kind of settle in and get a hold of what we were supposed to be doing.
What do you think was a key factor in your boys getting this far into playoffs?
Well, we're a very well skilled team to start with. I mean, you can't do it without talent. And in 27 years here in Modesto City Schools, I've had two teams that I thought had the kind of talent that this team and a team that I had quite a while ago. So offensively, this is probably the best team that I've ever seen across the field. And the thing that makes us special, though, is the camaraderie that the team has. So the core of our seniors, we had 15 seniors who are going to graduate this year. Most of them have played all the way through grade school and middle school together. They play on MYSA or comp teams together, and they do everything together, from eating together to sleepovers and everything else. And even our new players that came in, Kazushi, our foreign exchange student, the kids pulled them in immediately and grabbed a hold of them, and so everybody kind of felt like a family out here. So I think if I take one thing away and said that was unique about this group, it's really the feeling of family and the feeling that they can be tough on each other, but they're going to fight against everybody else.
The boys had a great run this season, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play next year. I'm Jared Perez, and I'm out of the box.
Thanks, Jared. And you can catch him next time reporting on our spring sports season. Finally, Isabella Jimenez brings us the scoop on a new art show targeted towards teens.
A group of artists came together to create the TV art show at a home in Modesto on February 11th. Young artists from all over the area presented their work in galleries or performed on stage.
Well, me and a girl named Vion decided to plan this art show just because we wanted to expose everyone's art so they could put it up. Art is, I think, is one of the most important things ever. I love to see people's expression put on paper or canvas or into music. It's literally a transition of what they're feeling and maybe even what they're going through at the time or what they've been through, transformed into something everyone can see. I know a lot of people that just make art and just have it in their room. They don't get to show anybody, and that's why I wanted to put on an art show, so people got the chance to express themselves.
Art is my thing. I like to sculpt, I like to paint, I draw a lot. It just means a lot to me that this is where I'm starting. I'm only 17 and I'm putting my art up in a little art show that I organized with a friend, so I feel kind of accomplished, and I feel like because of this event that we're doing, I feel like there's more to come. There's more in my future than what I thought there would be. And I'm sure the other artists feel the same way, or even have a more monumental feeling to it all. It's all just one mash of appreciation of all types of art. I think this is just an event where people start to appreciate local artists more. There's a lot of passion in Modesto. There's a lot of artists and photographers and singers, poets, and they all need that kind of recognition sometime in their life, and I hope this is an introduction to all of it.
You shouldn't feel like you're too young or too old, or you shouldn't feel like your age limits you to what you're doing. This event is to show people that if they have a passion, they can do it.
Thanks, Isabella. Location for future shows haven't been set, and organizers are looking for spaces in downtown Modesto.
Well, that's it for this week's JNN.
To stay up to date on all things Grigori, follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at JagNewsNet.
I'm Emma Jacobson.
And I'm David Rosas. See you next time.